Okay, we're
Ready.
back. So once we ask all the questions, we go through the house and we kind of tell about decluttering, what needs to be moved around. Then what questions do you have as a seller to me?
Well, I'd like to know a little bit about how you're going to market my house. How are you different from other agents, and what do you do that makes my house stand out from the competition?
Okay, well, that's like marketing we love marketing. So what we do is we will do a lot of outside the box marketing that other agents don't do. We just don't put in a sign and we pray that it sells. We just do a lot of social media engagement, blogging, videos. We do a lot of outside the box. So depending on the property, depending on what we see, what unique features we have of the property, we're going to market it to other agents that sell in that price point, sell in that neighborhood. So we are also going to prospect your listing to other agents that sell in that area, that know that area. And then once we have it listed, we will see where the MLS goes out to a lot of different people. We will market specifically to those agents as well, because they actually have active buyers looking in that price point.
Right. So one thing that everybody should know is that Mary Ellen and our team markets the property across the country as well as internationally. And Mary Ellen herself has a very wide network of agents that she knows through Keller Williams and outside of Keller Williams that also have a lot of buyers that are currently relocating to the Atlanta market because of the intense job growth here in this area. And, Atlanta has really come a long way in the last couple of years and so forth, and is known for having, a very strong job market, which is bringing a lot of buyers here.
Yes, definitely. So I think knowing that once you put something in the MLS, that it shoots out to so many different websites, but we also internationally and nationally market your property, which a lot of agents do not do that.
Mm-hmm. So what other types of things are you going to do for my property that will bring buyers in? Will you do open houses? And what's your opinion on open houses?
Yeah, so we will definitely do open houses. Open houses is just more exposure of your property. So usually when we list a property on Thursday, we'll do open house, maybe Saturday, Sunday. It just depends on the property, depends on what the client wants. If we do an open house, we're going to be we're going to be knocking on doors, inviting neighbors. We're going to be marketing it for people to come in. The only thing about open houses is that we don't know if people are qualified that are coming through the house. So when we have the house listed, we know that when an agent is bringing in a buyer that they're qualified. So the only thing about open houses is it's just giving it a lot more exposure. It might specifically not sell the home, but it's just another marketing tool that we have in our box.
Right. The other thing that we will do as a team is we will also circle prospect a property, and that could include phone calls to homeowners in the community that might have friends or relatives that are interested in buying a home in that community. We will also oftentimes send a postcard to the surrounding area, just informing everybody of the home that's for sale, because often there are families that live within that same school district, for instance, that are just looking for maybe a larger home or a different floor plan of a home that fits their needs better.
Or if they have a friend or family member that wants to be in their same neighborhood, that's also good as well. So just different little marketing tools and marketing things to get your property the most exposure. Our job is to get the most exposure, to get as many people through so that you receive an offer. So let's talk about pricing and showings.
Right.
So Sue, take it away.
So often a seller will say to me, And, that's all well and good, but Zillow is often, frankly, inaccurate because Zillow has never been inside your home. Not just the square footage and the location and the neighborhood, but also what the upgrades are to your home. And, there's so many factors that go into the actual value of your home and how we will price it. It's really important that sellers need to understand that homes that are staged correctly are prepared to be listed, including repairs and so forth, do oftentimes sell for more and in a shorter period of time than homes that are overpriced, where maybe the seller's gotten a little bit greedy on the pricing. And they really need to listen to the advice that we're giving them, because we do this for a living. Mary Ellen's been in this business for over 20 years. I've been with Mary Ellen for the past 11 years. And I'm not saying that we're always 100% correct, but we've seen a variety of homes over the years, and we know how to promote the homes as well as how to price the homes.
Yeah, pricing is so important. And I think that another conversation is, what's your bottom line? Are we going to make that bottom line? So with the seller, I always ask, what is your bottom line on this? So that I know that if I go on an appointment and they're way off than I am, then I'm just going to say, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just don't feel that we can get this price. So I think that you have to take that in perspective too, right. That and the market changes every single week. So we're updating you on the market every single week. We don't know if there's going to be a life world change in a week. So we just have to keep updating you on the market every week.
Right. So, Mary Ellen, I have some current statistics about what the market in Metro Atlanta was in March of 2024. We don't have the April numbers yet, but we will have those shortly, where we can do an update on all of this to everybody. But in March of 2024, in the home market that was priced below $2 million, it's generally considered at this point, which means that we have more buyers than we have inventory to sell. And so that supply, that inventory, is only in the 2 to 3 month range right now. On average, depending upon the price point, the average is about 2.3 months of inventory in terms of supply. That supply number is actually 14.8% lower than it was this time last year. If you're selling your home and you're in the $2 to $3 million price point, you're in a balanced market right now, which means there's 6 to 7 months of supply. If you're in the $3 million and above price point, actually, it is a buyer's market. In other words, there are homes for sale in that category than there are buyers available right now. And it can take about 16 months to sell a home that's $3 million or higher. But in March, the good news is we got 6,600 new listings. That was actually a little bit higher than last year for the same month. There are about 9,800 active listings in Metro Atlanta right now. 6,600 went under contract in March, and that's a 40% pending ratio. A pending ratio means the number that are under contract as compared to the number that are actually active. So anyway, and in the month of March, 4,200 homes closed with a median sales price in Metro Atlanta. And when I say Metro Atlanta, as far as the way I look at it, I'm looking from downtown, if you bisect Atlanta, and north. The average sales price was the median sales price was $435,000. When we look at these prices, we also look at how many homes are selling at or above list price, which is an interesting thing to look at, considering most people always want to negotiate below the asking price of a home. But actually, in the current market we're in, almost 41% of homes are going at or above asking price. And that's generally in the category of a $400,000 price point to $1 million price point.
Thanks for that information, Sue. That was great information. I think everybody needs to know that it's always changing. That's why you need someone that is professional and understands the market. And we're always looking at the market every single day to get those great numbers to you. Right now in North Atlanta, as of today, I just ran some numbers. Average list to sell price is 102%. 100.2%. So most houses are going at list price.
Wow.
So I mean, it's people are pricing their houses to sell, and people are not. So if you're going to ask for, or if you want a deal, that's it right now. That's not kind of happening. I think in certain areas there might be right now in the North Atlanta area, and average days on market are like around 18 right now, which is incredible. So this is just the market we're in. And that's the way that we price your home. Let's go on to, okay, we got a price for your house. We took the photos. Now what do we do? Put a lockbox on? What does that all mean? How do you get out of your house? How do we do that? So we have a showing service. So if we put a super lockbox out in your house with an extra key, and what happens is we get a text. So I will get a text, and my sellers will get a text. And the agent will request a specific time to show the house. And you say yes or no. So you say yes, then you get out of the house during that time, and you have all those showings. So, and if there's a time that you can't, just give us a call and we'll try to arrange a specific time that works for the seller and the buyer, because the buyer has to see it as well. So that's kind of how we do it. Certain homes are appointment only, and we do those as well. Appointment only is usually luxury properties and above luxury properties. And we ask our clients, we will be at the showings, we will make sure that we have proof of funds or a letter from the lender that they can afford the house, so that we're not getting people just looking through a beautiful house. So that's just another thing that we will do for you.
Somebody that looks at the house, we do go back to the agent at least 3 times asking for feedback, trying to find out what the comments were that the buyer, made on the property, so that, we know we can gauge their interest level as to whether they're interested in coming back to see it a second time or placing an offer after seeing it the first time. And also if there's anything that we need to improve upon, or anything that we need to do to stage the home a little bit differently, things that we can just always be improving upon the process.
Yeah. So feedback and follow-up is so important in this business. So we're going to ask for the feedback, just like Sue said. We're going to be following up with everyone. So we're prospecting, following up, marketing. We're doing that all together, all at once. Then we get an offer. Okay, we get an offer, and then we submit the offer to our sellers. We go over all the conditions, everything. Once we decide that we're good with it, we go on to a binding contract. And usually in the state of Georgia, there is a due diligence period. And during that due diligence period is when the buyer can do their home inspections, and they can terminate or leave the contract for any reason. So we always tell our sellers that. Once we go through that, then if there's an appraisal contingency or something like that, that's the next hurdle we get over. Once we get over that, then we can go to the closing table. It usually takes, we can do closings as quick as 12 to 30 days. So it's really on your time. So when we're having that consultation in the beginning, we're saying, well, how fast can you be out? Where do you have to be next? And we're the ones that are going to make your life the least amount of stress. And I think communication is another thing, that we're always communicating through the whole entire process. And when we get to that closing table, that's when it's time to celebrate. When we get to the closing table, and we don't want anyone to stress out. So we're going to help them with every step of the move and every step of the way. Sue, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that how, this is a negotiation process, and there's a little bit of give and take that has to come on all sides as well. We, of course, want to protect our sellers. We want to give them the best possible outcome, but we also need to be reasonable.
Yeah. So I think that we went over pretty much all of all of the information on what sellers really need to know in this market. And we're always here for if you need any advice, if you're thinking about selling, or even if you just want some ideas on what is trending and how you're going to get more money if you're doing renovations, right? Sue, if you're doing renovations on your house and you want to sell your house in a couple years, we're going to tell you what is a good renovation to do to your home. And we want to thank you so much for coming on to our little podcast, The Real Estate Ladies of North Atlanta. We're here for any questions. We're always here for comments or anything you want to hear from us. Just let us know. Thank you and have a great day.